I'm here with the creator of Romantically Apocalyptic, Vitaly S. Alexius. How are you doing today, sir?
Good.
How are you enjoying the convention so far?
I love this convention. The organizer, Oscar, is a really cool guy. So he makes really nice spaces for artists. Unlike other conventions which cram artists like really tight, really. So it's a really nice setup here.
How did you first get interested in making comics?
Basically, my friends and like parents and pretty much everybody has been asking me to make a comic for a really long time. But I didn't know how exactly because my style is usually very detailed. And it takes forever to make one painting. So one day I moved into a house with a green screen room inside of it. So inside of this green screen, what I do is I dressed up a bunch of my friends in these outfits right here. And I took pictures of them. And that's how the comic came to be. Basically, it's a live action science fiction comedy adventure series, which is done in a way in which Hollywood movies make movies, basically, in Hollywood. They take actors on green screen and then matte paint the backgrounds. So it's a very cinematic work.
Can you tell us a little bit about the process that it takes to make one page of your comic?
Basically, I go to a location all the time, like different abandoned buildings all around the world, Siberia, England, Moscow, Ottawa. I photograph abandoned buildings, and this builds up lots and lots of textures. So I have about 2 terabytes of texture archives. So I use those textures as backgrounds in the comic, as textures, and when I go to my studio in Toronto, I shoot actors dressed up in these outfits on green screen, and then the backgrounds I paint, combining like my textures, my old paintings, and then layering everything together, basically.
Can you tell our viewers at home a little bit about the story behind Romantically Apocalyptic?
Sure. Basically, the main protagonist is the captain, this guy right here. He is very wild, imaginative, and people relate him to like Invader Zim. And another main character right here is Charles Snippy. And he is this serious, grumpy guy who is very unlucky. He's basically the opposite of Captain. He's like Captain's Dr. Watson if Captain was Sherlock Holmes. And then there's the third guy whose name is Pilot, which is this guy right here. And he has this childish personality where he's lost all of his memories because of the war. And then there's Angie, who is in a way similar to Snippy, whose personality is very calm, but he's also very terrified of the apocalypse. So there's these 4 main protagonists, and they're just trying to survive. And people like Captain and Pilot, they're not just trying to survive, they're just having fun in the apocalypse. Because in the way they don't really realize that the apocalypse has happened at all.
What inspired the story behind your book?
Basically, I read lots of Russian science fiction. So for example, the book by Gluchovsky, Metro 2033, is a really great series which inspires me. And then Stalker as well, by brother Strugatsky, is another great book which I read in Russian, which describes this alien landing on planet Earth, which causes this place to become almost apocalypse-like.
And where do you see your Romantically Apocalyptic storyline going in the future?
Well, I want to expand it into a live-action series, and as well, the 4 characters are going to have lots of adventures in different places. They'll discover a hot air balloon, they'll like fly a train, there's lots of different things will be happening.
How is that progressing, making into a live-action series?
Basically, right now I have the studio secured where I shoot the stuff, so it's a big studio with a green screen. So I'm going to start with 5-minute YouTube shorts, and then eventually I'll expand it to longer segments and longer production. I'm going to do as well a Kickstarter to promote it and to fund more production of the web series.
And besides series, would there be anything else you would enjoy working on?
We're also planning, my friends in London are planning to make an array-related game, like a computer game, first-person RPG. And my friends from London as well are trying to compose a soundtrack, so eventually we might have Array the musical.
Very cool. And where can our viewers find you?
www.rom.ac.
Well, thank you very much for Tongless, and I hope you enjoy what's left of the convention.
Thank you, you too.